So if you are a Lego fan or a Lego collector or a Lego investor and you buy Lego sets, you hold them as the values go up over time, then this is your time. It is now holiday period. It is Q4, the fourth quarter of the year, October, November, December. And this is the time of the year to both buy and sell Lego sets. It is an amazing time of the year because we get great deals on Lego sets. We can buy them for much below what they are worth, but also there's a lot of sales volume. So if you are selling Lego sets, there's a lot of people out there who will want to buy from you. And so from both the buying and the selling perspective, Q4 holiday period every year is the best time of the year. So we just entered Q4 now, and I want to talk a little bit about it. What can you expect? And I want to do this from the lens of what are some of the things that I wish I knew when I was going into my first Q4 as a Lego investor. Because on this channel, of course, we talk about Lego investing, holding Lego sets as the values go up. And I definitely want to share some tips and some of the things that I learned the hard way by just being unprepared my very first Q4 as a Lego investor. What are some of the things that I wish I knew in that first Q4 as a Lego investor? And the first big thing that I learned the hard way is that Lego sets sell out before the retirement dates. So we talk a lot about how a lot of Lego sets are retiring at the end of December. That adds a lot to the craziness of Q4 as a Lego investor, because not only is it the time to buy because the sets prices are dropping and there's a lot of retail discounts and Black Friday and different things like that, but also it's the time when Lego sets are coming toward the end of their life, because the biggest retirement month for Lego sets is December. And so we have these two things colliding together. Now, what I didn't know the first time I ever did a Q4 as a Lego investor was sets don't last until the retirement dates, usually in Q4. Most of the sets that are the biggest sellers, the highest demanded sets, will not last until the end of December. They will probably sell out of retail stores before that. And the reason that that happens is because typically when a set is retiring, the Lego group will stop selling it to retail stores a few months before that retirement date. And so retailers are not going to be restocking some of these sets in the couple of months before the retirement date at the end of December. That basically means that whatever stock that they have coming into Q4 sometimes means that's all they're ever going to get. As a result of that, because of the increase in demand in Q4, some of these sets can sell out pretty quickly. You could have cases like last year where we had the T-Rex Rampage Jurassic Park or Jurassic World set, for example. It sold out in something like October, super early because of that, right? And we see this a lot with a lot of different sets. They may not last until the end of December. So what can we do with that information? You got to buy your inventory early, right? If you're looking for sets, you got to buy them in October and November, maybe into early December, but don't be aiming until the last minute of the retirement date, which is the end of December, to stock up on a set, because there is a chance it will sell out before that time. Again, I learned this the hard way. I didn't really realize that this was going to happen in my first Q4 as a Lego investor. So now, hopefully this helps you to have a bit of an advanced warning that there is a good likelihood that some of the sets that you're looking for won't still be around from mid-December, onward, and it could even be a lot sooner than that before they sell out. Now, again, we'll never know what's exactly going to happen this Q4. Different levels of demand, different levels of supply could lead to different things happening, but this is definitely something that has happened every year that I've been a Lego investor. A lot of the best sets will sell out before the end of the year, before their retirement date is up. Now, number two on the things that I learned the hard way that I wish I knew at the beginning is that a lot of the best deals don't actually happen when you might expect them to happen. So for example, we have Black Friday, we have Cyber Monday at the end of November. But the best Lego deals don't always fall on those 2 days. Sometimes we can have better Lego deals at different times throughout Q4. For example, October, which we are just entered into here, can often be some of the best times to buy Lego sets. Some of the greatest deals that I've been able to pick up overall have been during the month of October. It can be really, really solid time to buy Lego sets. So we got to be aware of that. We got to be aware, don't hold everything back until Black Friday, because you may miss some of the better deals actually. Now, Black Friday can be great, and I've also got a lot of really good deals on Black Friday and in the week before and the week after Black Friday, but it's just not always the case, and you can sometimes get better deals even before that, especially in recent years when retailers have become a lot more competitive with each other. Now, number three on this list of things I wish I knew in my first Q4 as a Lego investor is some sets will reach insane prices on eBay and Amazon in Q4, even if they are not retired, right? So even sets that are not retired can actually shoot up in value. Now, when I first started, I thought that a set had to be retired before we're going to see insane values. But really, it just depends on the supply and demand. And what can happen is, if a set is hard to find during those few months, then the prices can multiply big time. Last year we saw this. A good example would be some of the Christmas-based, holiday-based sets. So we saw it with Santa's Sleigh, or with some of the Winter Village sets, for example, where they could sell out. Even if they are not retired, they could actually reach multiples on Amazon. And then, there is an opportunity for those who are so inclined to go into a Lego store, buy a set, and then sell it that same day on Amazon. Now, we call that flipping. That's not really Lego investing. It's not really something that I do a lot of. My business and the things we talk about here on BrickBucks is about investing in Lego sets as the values go up. However, if that is something you're interested in and going in and kind of flipping sets and different things like that, there's definitely opportunities to do it in Q4. What I would say about that whole world of flipping in Q4 is that honestly, it's a lot more risky. And so if you're new to Lego investing, I really don't think that it is the best approach for you. I think that you are much better off just investing in Lego sets and holding them while the values go up after they are retired, as opposed to trying to do that sort of crazy stuff with flipping because something is sold out temporarily in a retailer. There's always a chance it comes back in stock and you are stuck with that inventory. You can't sell it. So we got to be aware of that. But I did want to call it out because it's just something that I wasn't really sure about the first year, was that, these opportunities are out there and that prices can, multiply just because the demand is so strong, even if a set is actually not retired yet. So moving into number 4 on this list of 7 different things that I wish I knew in my first Q4 as a Lego investor, and this is shipping. This can have delays, right? Shipping can have delays. So if you are an Amazon seller and you're shipping into Amazon FBA, you got to expect delays both in shipping and in them checking in the inventory at the warehouse. Or if you are an eBay seller or a Bricklink seller, you got to be aware that some of the post offices will be backed up during this time, right? There is so much more e-commerce at this time of the year. It multiplies, it goes through the roof. As a result, a lot of the time, the postal services and the package services, they can't keep up with it, right? And they run into delays. So we will likely see some delays in your orders actually reaching your customers, and you need to be aware of that, especially in the run up to Christmas time. Okay, we got to be aware of that because people will be buying last minute gifts. That may include buying Lego sets from people like you and I, and they will hope that it can arrive in time for the holidays so they can give it as a gift. And they may be pretty disappointed if there are shipping delays and different things like that. So we want to be try and be aware of that and get ahead of that and just kind of acknowledge that that is potentially a problem. Now, number 5, and this is a pretty big tip, and this is even software and supplies can also have great deals on Black Friday and around the holiday period. When I first started, I was kind of just looking for Lego sets. I was looking for great deals on Lego. It is the perfect time to be buying amazing deals in October, November, December. Over time, I started to realize there was also supplies on sale. There was also great deals on different things that I needed to run my business. There was also some great deals on software. So for example, if you wanted to sell on Amazon and you wanted some listing software or repricing software or something like that to, really simplify and automate your Lego investing business, then a lot of the times you can get a great deal on some of those things during the holiday period as some of these companies start to drop prices and run promotions. I've started to realize that a lot of my annual subscriptions to different things, all the different software that I use for various different things, they always seem to be running out in November because I always seem to be buying my annual subscriptions in November when prices are amazing. So definitely worth paying attention to that. If there's anything out there that you need to run your business, this could include accounting software or anything like that. There may be pretty good deals, so keep an eye out for that during the holiday period. And then on the supply front, maybe you want to get boxes or tape or a printer or something like that, and you want to get a good deal on it, then those opportunities could arise throughout the holiday period. So definitely something to pay attention to in addition to trying to get those great deals on Lego sets and Lego inventory. Now, number 6 on this list is even Lego sets that you expected would never get discounted may actually get discounted during this period. What do I mean by that? I mean, when I first started with Lego investing, there were certain sets that I just thought would never get discounted, right? Because I was watching them throughout the year and they never went on sale. They never had a good price. And I started kind of resigning myself to, okay, that's never going to be a good price. So either I would take it off my hit list and I just wouldn't pay attention to it anymore, or I would start buying it at a high price. I would pay too much for it. And then right around Black Friday, the set would come down 40%. And, I've either already tapped myself out on the set, I've already bought too many, or kind of hit my quantity that I wanted, or, maybe I've already spent my cash flow and all of a sudden I wasn't in a position to buy as many of that set as I wanted to. Now, that was when I first started. These days, I'm much more aware that even sets that you expect would not get discounted might get discounted. We got to be aware that we can often see exclusive sets in certain retailers that, are never discounted throughout the year. Right around the end of the year, they suddenly start dropping those prices because of a couple of different things. Firstly, it's the holiday period and they want to be competitive when it comes to the promotions. But secondly, the sets are retiring. And a lot of the time when sets are retiring, retailers want to clear up the space to make space for the newer Lego sets. And so both of these things combined can lead to great sales, even on sets that you might not expect it. So keep an eye out for that and pay attention to sets even that you didn't expect to get discounted, because you may get lucky and you want to be ready if that actually happens. And number 7 on the things that I wish I knew before I went into my first Q4 as a Lego investor is the sales volume. The sales volume. I was just totally unprepared for the sales volume in Q4 when I first started selling. So when you're first buying your Lego sets, this is not really going to impact you. But when you hit your first Q4 as an actual seller and you're selling Lego sets, it is an amazing thing to see how fast you get those sales. You could sell out of all of your units of a particular Lego set within a day, and it's just really, really amazing how fast that can happen. The demand on Lego in Q4 is just astronomical. I knew that it would be high before I started, but I didn't expect it until I actually went through it. So some of you may be in that boat now. Maybe you're coming into your first Q4 as an actual seller of Lego sets, and I think you're going to really enjoy it, because it is a ton of fun when you hit that market price and the market catches up to your price. All of a sudden you start to sell your units. It happens very, very quickly. These sales come in rapidly fast. Now, the reason I want to call this out is because you need to be prepared for that, right? You need to be prepared. If you had intended on going away for 4 days and leaving your home, and you don't take your store offline, if you leave eBay online and you forget to mark yourself holiday mode or anything like that, there's a chance that you're going to sell all of your units while you're out of town, right? Because these things can happen. You can suddenly sell through a lot of inventory. So you got to be prepared. You need to have your supplies ready. You need to be, have the time ready to fulfill those orders. Just try to foresee what might happen as soon as you hit that market price and your units start to sell, right? You got to be prepared for a lot of volume. It's a great thing. It is a really nice thing when you look at your sales on your phone and you see, you just sold 50 units today, and it's a great thing. It's a ton of fun, but definitely something I wasn't aware of when I first started. And I just wanted to make sure to call it out for any of you who are going into your first Q4 actually on the selling side of Lego investing. So those are 7 tips and 7 things that I wish I knew in my first Q4 as a Lego investor. I definitely wanted to just call this stuff out to help any of you out who are going into your first Q4. I hope that you found this useful. Now, once again, if you want to get into the BrickBucks Ignite membership in Q4, which is the most important time for us Lego investors, we have tools and bots and different things, deal trackers to help you pick sets, to help you buy sets, all sorts of different tools. We also do monthly meetups to brainstorm as a group and talk about the best sets to buy and different things like that. I definitely recommend it. In the description below, there's a link. And if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button as always. I'm Shane from brickbucks.net. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.